This is my third zebra pen, so it's kind of like I have a whole herd of zebras. The one that we're looking at today is the G750. All right, and a commenter recommended this to me. KB Hoolit 22 says try the G750 if you want the tactical pen with better clip. All right, so I previously made a video about the X701, saying that I really like this pen, love the way it writes, love the metal, but this pocket clip bends out like the F401s, which I do not like. Okay, I do not like this clip on the Zebra F701. This has a fantastic clip. So the F701, made by Zebra, is what I put in my chest pocket at work because this clip keeps it in there nice and snug. And this clip being all bagged out goes into the fanny pack. And by the way, my favorite fanny pack is the Helicon Tex, all right? And my buddy James Reeves reviewed it, and that's how I knew about it. But anyways, the commenter KB Hoolit, recommended this one, and it seems like it would be somewhere in between the X701 and the F701, and I found it at Office Depot. Now, MF6532, I know he's already pounding the keyboard, all right, telling me to get the Power Tank 1, the Uniball Power Tank. All right, when I went to Office Depot, I was planning on purchasing that. Okay, to tough test it with my whole herd of zebras, but Office Depot did not have it. They had a bunch of Uniballs, but not the Power Tank. So I'm going to order the Power Tank from Amazon, and I ordered this G750. I ordered this from Amazon too. Like right away when KB Hewlett suggested it. Bing, bang, boom. Amazon Prime. It was there by Sunday. All right. So the big question we have today on this video is what device are we going to use to extricate this pen from its blister pack? We have the brand new Twitch 3 by SOG. All right. And this is a fantastic knife. I have not reviewed it yet, but I made the unboxing and initial impressions, and I love it, all right? It's a small knife, so it's like just a small pocket knife, but it's very light, so that's what it's all about, is about being small, diminutive, and light, okay? And you can buy this from SOG in 3 different colors. I bought this one on Amazon. All they had is a black, but I don't know if you guys notice a pattern on a lot of my EDC gear. I just love that, the black look, right? I love the worn-in, distressed black look. Not distressed because of some, stone washing machine at some hipster factory. This is from usage, all right? Look, there's grime. Remember I'm talking about how dirty I am? I am the Mudman, right? My watch is the Mudman because that's who I am. I'm the Mudman. I get mud on everything. And there's mud in that clip. And this is the Nebo Inspector falling apart. I'm going to have to get a new one, but you can see how distressed that is and how distressed all of my items are from actual usage, okay? I don't know if you guys played high school football, but it was awesome at the end of the season to have your helmet, marked up with all of the collisions. So anyways, the other knife we have to use is the Magna Cut steel on the Arc, which costs $230, okay? And I think it's worth it, but unfortunately a lot of people just can't afford it, and because they can't afford it, they take to the comments. They're just too poor, all right? Let's just use the SOG, the Twitch 3. Let's give this a try, slicing. I'm very impressed with the Magna Cut steel on this blade. I'm not really a knife guy, so to speak, and I wasn't expecting much from a Leatherman knife, but I was impressed by how well this knife cuts. today we're going to be using the Twitch 3. Alright, so let's see how well this cuts. Let me just, I'll just cut it like this. Why not? Alright. Cut alright. You know what? Let's just cut the Magna cut. This is like a little bit of an impromptu side-by-side. I'll cut it down here. Oh wow, I feel like the Magna cut sliced better. I mean, let's cut the blister pack material with Magna cut. Good. It was alright. Alright. It cut alright. Now with the SOG. Well, there the SOG cut better, but it wasn't like amazing. Alright, wow. Okay. This pen feels really sturdy. I feel like it's loose. Yeah, it's loose. Alright, I already marked it up. I don't know which pen it was that sliced through the coating on this pen. Let's remove the booger, and on this booger's bloody. Bloody booger. Or is this a clown nose? This is a pen for a clown. It comes with a clown nose. Alright. The click's a little bit loose, a little bit sloppy. But this clip, oh yeah. I see what the gentleman was talking about. KB Hewlett. Sorry, what's his name? KB Hewlett. Yeah, I think I got it right. This is a good clip. Very tight clip. Wow. And we have a little bit of knurling. It's not as deep as on the F701. There is knurling on the G750. Alright. And the tip, I think that's metal. Metal. It's metal. The tip is metal and the clip is metal. What more could you ask for? This plunger is, oh, it has like a jewel on top of it. A clown nose. Oh, that's pretty cool. There's a Japanese letter on there. I would need some of my friends who are fluent in Japanese to translate that. But on the package, you look on the package, there's some Japanese writing. So we have to find out what that means. And the blister pack comes with 2 pens. And oh, this pen's gel. I forgot to mention that. Should have mentioned that early on. The G stands for gel. So the Zebra pens, these cost more. I forget how much this cost. I'm sorry, but these Zebra pens cost more. The premise being that you buy the refills. So these refills are gel, and this, of course, is ballpoint. And this X701 is also ballpoint, but it's a pressurized kind of ballpoint, so you can write at all different angles. Okay, so that's why I keep this one in the fanny pack, since it won't be facing down all the time like this one would be in my chest pocket. But this is like my fanny pack pen. All right, and so this is a chest pocket pen, F701, and now we have the G750. Alright, so we'll be using this to write at work, and it looks like the replacement gel cartridges are blue. Alright, so when you change the cartridge, which I guess you do by turning it apart here, there's a little collar here, which right now is black, but if you were to change the gel to blue, then you would put this blue collar on the pen. Does that make sense? Did you guys write that down? Because I'm not going to say that again. Alright, let's test it out. Give a little ratting test here in this little notebook, the Moleskine notebook. Alright, and these arrows are from my rant about the arrow on the G-Shock GBDH 2000. Alright. Oh wow, smooth. Wow, smooth. Thanks for watching. There you go. Wow. Okay, this writes really well. It's kind of like you're painting. There's not as much like friction with this gel. It just glides really smooth. Now, one problem is that one of my rants that a lot of you have heard me rant before is about filling out forms at work. Office people make the little squares too small, right? They pull up, their Excel spreadsheet, and they make, the form, the TPS report, the JDR, the JDA, whatever it is, like, and there'll be like a tiny little box like this big, and it'll be like name, and then it'll be a tiny little box like this big, and it'll be like signature, and so then you have to write your name, and I like to have a nice big robust ballpoint pen because it writes nice and smooth, but you'll be trying to sign your name, and it'll be like just a few little scribbles, and like if you have a J and it dips down, it's gone to the box below it. And so office people to office people, if you didn't fill out a form, it didn't happen, right? And so they have forms for everything. And so it's like they cram too much stuff on the forms and make the boxes too small. You have to have a pen that writes fine, okay? And this gel writes really nice, but it's kind of like there's a few stray marks you can see that I've made already because I'm kind of clumsy. And that's one good thing about the F701 is if you did have to write your signature in a small box, like it's thinner. So this gel is pretty. This is like what my signature has to be in a tiny box. Okay, it's like you work all the time, and your signature gets, smaller, successfully smaller and smaller and smaller, because of the tiny boxes. Okay, bring back the big boxes. So like, if I wanted to sign my name, I could sign it like that. Oops, I meant to underline it, not cross it through. Like John Hancock, right? Like you give a pen. Like imagine if the bottom of the Constitution that like someone had put in an Excel spreadsheet, with where they had to sign. They'd be infuriated because they had like feathers, right, to write with, quills or whatever. Someone would have to get in a time machine and bring them back like the Zebra F701 and be like, "Here, John Hancock, when you sign the bottom of the Constitution, use this. Don't use the feather." Maybe, and then, well, if we're gonna have a time machine, we have to be like, listen, the Second Amendment, you can't have it be, like, what is it? One run-on sentence, 2 sentences. All right, we need to be really clear. Like, our right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I mean, you need to like go on and on about it, right? Write a whole page about how. Anyways, so my first impression of this pen is that it's heavier than I expected, but after I screwed it together a little bit more, it feels very durable. And just like the commenter said, this is like a really tight clip. And this clown nose at the top, turns out it's not a clown nose. It's like some Japanese writing. That looks really cool, right? The plunger feels like it's metal, but it's kind of sloppy. It's not as tight as the plunger on the F701, and it's not as loud as the X701, which is kind of weird because this is supposed to be a tactical pen. Imagine like you're filling out a, you're in combat or whatever, and you're in the foxhole, like writing a report about, some gun battle, and then the enemy hears you go, and then he like throws a grenade at you. Well, you better have the F701 because this thing's pretty beefy. You could probably throw it on top of the grenade, and it'll be like all of the explosion be directed downward. Okay, but then this would probably give away your position too. Anyways, like this has gone off the rails. We'll test this at work, okay? And I'll give you more review. But I'd like to thank the commenter, KB Hulit. I think that was his name. But anyways, this was a good suggestion. In MF6523, I will get to the Uniball power tank. I will order it right now, okay? And we will tough test these pens. Like I said, we have the whole herd of zebras. This is a whole herd right here, 3 of them. You know the animals that, like, there's a name, like a special name for the male or the female, and then each animal has, like, its own name for, like, the herd. Like if you have whales, it's not like a herd of whales, it's a pod of whales, right? Zebras are probably not herds. I'd have to look it up. But there's probably like some weirdo name for what a whole group of zebras are called. And so we ought to know, because I already have 3 of them. And actually I have 2 more at home. I have a couple of the 401s, which I don't like because of the clip and because the plungers fly off all the time. So I can't recommend all zebra pens, but I can recommend the F701, which also makes a fantastic pointer pen for when I review watches. For example, like pointing at features of the watch as I review them with the F701, and if I want to get like point at something really small, like the scratch I already got on my watch, or these letters LT right here, I can do that with the F701. The X701, kind of difficult to review a black watch with a black pen, right? So the G750 will be the same way. And look, they have like computer terminal font right here. So we'll give this one a try, all right? The gel, I'm a little bit worried that when I'm filling out a form at work, it might make splotches everywhere. But you know, we'll give it an actual test. It already has a battle scar from my sloppy job unboxing it, because I tried to do an impromptu knife test. Probably not a good idea. But getting back to the knives, like they seem to cut. Both of them seem to cut about the same quality of cut from each of these knives. The Twitch 3 and the Leatherman Arc. $230. You can't even afford this. Sorry, poor people. Don't even try to buy it. I mean, I'll leave a link if you can try. I guess you can look at it. You can wonder what it would be like to own such an expensive multi-tool. $230. Us rich people, we'll own this. My hands look like this so that I can put this in them. To modify that meme a little bit, I bungled up the meme. I mean, anyways, let me get back to the main message of the show, which is, I'm Jim Kincaid. Thanks for watching.